Hey everyone, welcome back to Keeping Up with the Chaldeans. I'm your host, Omar Binno, along with my main ace, AT, our co-host. And today we've got Wassem Ayar, aka Wes, and he is from Urban Air Adventure Park, based out of Sterling Heights, Michigan. And Urban Air is a fun place, adventurous place where you can take your kids and family entertainment, or also have fun even as an adult. So today we're here to talk about it, and along with things that he's going to be introducing in the near future in his facility. The gentleman rocks out a good 55,000 plus space for you to be able to have fun in this atmosphere. So it's awesome to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to see that you are involved into family entertainment business. So let's get to talking about what started off Urban Air Adventure Park and some of the things that you've done in the past that got you to here.
Sure. Well, we'll start with the past. I graduated from Wayne State with a degree in information systems and wasn't really sure about what I was going to do.
Sure.
My cousins were like, "Hey, we're in wireless, let's." So we kind of partnered up, opened up a Sprint store together right on Wayne State's campus, ironically.
Mm-hmm.
That turned into my brother and I kind of opening up a slew of stores together. And then one day, my best friend came to me and said, "Hey, we should check out this Urban Air thing that I found." So got my family and his family together. We drove to Pennsylvania. We walked into this Urban Air that just opened.
Yep.
I'm looking around. I'm like, man, this thing's impressive. There's people everywhere.
Sure.
So came back home, threw around the idea back and forth, and here we are 2 years later, with one in our very own backyard in Sterling Heights.
Nice.
It's a franchise?
It's a franchise.
Okay.
There's 119 currently in the country.
Oh, wow.
The hope is by the end of next year to have about 200.
What's the biggest one?
Biggest one, I believe, is in Georgia. It's about 70,000 square feet. It has every attraction you can think of in the catalog.
Wow. So you went down to Pennsylvania, you checked it out, you became the first facility to open in Michigan?
No, in Michigan there's one in Oxford. He's been open for about 3 years.
Okay.
Great guy. We were the second.
Nice.
There's one in Holland that's being worked on right now by another group. Livonia, Michigan is coming soon. We're hoping to open a location in Lansing really soon.
Gotcha.
And hopefully the brand awareness will continue from there.
What'd you enjoy? Because there's a big difference from you saying, because I was in it too, but there's a big difference coming from the wireless industry.
Yeah.
You're behind a counter working with retail. What was the big jump to go into this?
Well, I have kids, and when I saw the fun that they had in Pennsylvania,
Yep.
I can relate to that, right? So now I want to bring that same joy to all the other children in the Metro Detroit area or from anywhere that they would want to come out and hang out. So that was the number one thing. And number two, it just seemed like a great business model, you're now selling fun. You're not selling a cell phone that everyone can buy at every corner store.
Sure.
Not to discredit anyone who's doing that, because God knows I'm here because of that. But you're selling something unique. You're giving people the ability to create memories with their family.
Yes.
When I sit down and I reflect, the first thing I think about is what kind of memories I created with my daughters and my wife, today or the day before, and where I did it. So if Urban Air can be that for one family or 1,000 families, then we did something right.
Yep, and it's a bit of a difference. Your standard retail life, you're waiting customers walk in, you're handling business.
Yeah.
So with that experience, was it a major change for you on a business model to take that and embrace it?
That's a great question. So the previous business model, where I came from, helped because I was able to, deal with people and have staff, but nothing could have prepared me for this. We have 125 people on staff.
Wow.
We service 3,000 guests per week.
Yeah.
Paying guests. We're not talking about mom and dad who just hang out. So the volume of people is much different.
Sure.
And you have to make sure that each guest is happy and is having a great time, because that's the goal is to ensure everyone enjoys their experience.
Yep. Now with your products and services, now that you're going from, say, a selected market of just cell phone that I'm working with and accessories, right?
Yeah.
And I came from that industry, so I can relate to you. So when you flip that and say, now I got to deal with 3,000 customers to please throughout the week, what are some of the products and services you offer on that side to help those 3,000 people that are walking through your doors?
Well, with Urban Air, you walk in and the first thing you see is boom, attractions everywhere, right? And it's a kid's dream. You walk in and you see our ropes course. We have an indoor ropes course, which is awesome.
Sure.
You get into our bumper car arena. We're the first place in Michigan that has the bumper cars that flip upside down.
Yep.
So it gives you that feel of being at an amusement park. You walk a little bit further, you see our big cafe. All of our food is made in-house.
Okay.
So we don't bring anything from the outside. We have a cafe manager who ensures food quality.
Sure.
We have an amazing zip line called the Skyride.
Okay.
So you're kind of flying through the air while people are playing below you.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of unique things that you can do with your family, whether you're an adult or a child or both. So we brought a lot of attractions that the franchise offers into this facility to then cater to those 3,000 people.
Perfect. And people are going to be able to see, we took video of this, so they'll be able to see during this what some of those attractions are. So when we walk in and show them, they get to see that whoa, like you're saying, right? Well, we did notice, okay, you have a 55,000 square foot facility.
Yeah.
Not all of it was developed when we did our shoot and stuff. So at that time, we were able to see, some of the stuff that you just woke us with right now. What is some attractions that are primarily known for urban air, and then what is coming out of that space that you're going to be putting together?
So the biggest attractions that we're known for is we have something called a warrior course. If you think about American Ninja Warrior when you watch it on TV, we have a more of like a kid's version of it.
Sure.
So we have 4 lanes, a timer, and different difficulties that has that. So that's one cool thing that we really have. The Skyrider is a big thing. The CEO, he saw it somewhere in Europe, brought it here, and right now we're one of the few franchises that has that inside of our facilities.
Okay.
We have climbing walls, which is awesome because you have that climbing wall feeling at an adventure center. And then, to your point, we have 22,000 square feet that we're going to turn into a go-kart track.
Okay.
We're really excited about it. It's in the works. We're hoping to introduce it in October, which will be our 1-year anniversary, and have kind of like a re-grand opening.
Yeah, which is beautiful. So Anthony and I are kids at heart, right?
Aren't we all?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yep. Just physical, and you when you get older, some of the stuff gets to be a little more challenges because you've got to be shaped for it, right? Is there stuff that because you're mentioning kids? Is there an attraction to an older age besides the kids, and what is the age group that you define yourself with there?
I would say our facility is geared towards anyone.
Okay.
Just last week we had Lifetime Fitness trainers come out and do a team building exercise. They had a scavenger hunt, and the word teamwork was scattered all throughout the park, and they had to find each clue while climbing the climbing walls or going on certain attractions. So to answer your question, we're for everyone. Okay. But who do we see? Mostly, I would say 7 to 13-year-olds is who we see the most.
Okay.
But the reason why we got into this is we were able to go to Pennsylvania, my best friend and I, and play with our kids. I hate when I go somewhere with my kids and I'm there just watching them, and I get on my phone and I start playing, and I'm distracted, and all I hear is daddy, daddy, and I'm not really paying attention. At Urban Air, you don't have to do that because there's enough for you to do as a parent. We have a parent pass that's $5.99, right? It encourages you as a parent to go play with your kid for a fraction of the cost that you paid for your kid to be in the facility. Nice. And we encourage that to every parent, because then you're not just sitting there, you're creating that memory together.
Sure. What about for the parent that the kid that doesn't want the parent to be involved and they just want to go out on their own?
Sure.
What does the parent do while they're just lounging around waiting on the kids?
Great question too. So we thought about that. We have Wi-Fi throughout the facility. We created high tops that have USB chargers.
Oh, nice.
We have tons of. This morning when I was there, there was parents who had their laptops out, kind of doing some work, while still being able to see their children, because these high tops are in the middle of our space.
Sure.
So you can kind of see almost every angle of the park from those high tops, which I'm sure you'll see in that video.
Yep. And that's a big thing, because you're just keeping the parent clear and conscious that you're there. I mean, besides the parent, do you offer safety for your patrons? Like, is there people like watching? Like, do you have not to say your security, or from when you go swimming, you have your lifeguard on deck.
Absolutely.
What do you have in your guys' facility to secure that for the children?
So we have currently 125 people on staff. Those 125 people all go through a training that Urban Air puts together. Urban Air has a really cool thing called Urban Air University. It's an online training module. It has a video for every attraction, so you can watch that video to see how to run that attraction. And then at any given time, there always is someone at each attraction facilitating, supervising, maintaining the line. We get pretty busy. So ensuring that my team is trained and has the the ability to make sure all of our guests are safe and then be enjoying
Yep.
their experience.
And you guys are on Monday through Sunday, facility open to the
Yeah.
public, right?
7 days.
Yep, 7 days a week. Yep, so people are able to come in to do that. And then you also offer events for, you offer party, why am I having brain
Birthday
fart right
parties?
now? Yeah, well, you offer ability for people to throw parties and events at your
Yeah.
facility, right? So what does that entail, and how often are you getting this on a weekly? Like, is it something that you guys are seeing a uptick with it?
So as far as birthday parties go, that's a big part of our business.
Mhm.
On any given week, we bring in 60 to 70 birthday parties.
Okay.
It's a really, it's a 2-hour block that the parent gets to
Mm-hmm.
have their party, and we encourage them to stay afterwards and play.
Yep.
Because that 2 hours they're spending some of that time cutting cake.
Mhm.
But aside from the birthday parties, we're doing a lot of special events, like I mentioned with Lifetime Fitness. We're doing company outings. And the cool thing with company outings is now the company can bring their children, right?
Mhm.
So now the boss or the GM can meet
Yeah.
your kids, and it creates more of a cohesive unit.
Yeah.
We do a lot of fundraising events where we give 20% back to the organization, like the school or whatnot. So they bring their people out. Every ticket they buy, we discount it, and we give 20% back as a donation to the
awesome.
school.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And our biggest thing is membership. We have a membership offer
Okay.
where for one set price per month,
Yep.
per member, you can come as much as you want to Urban Air.
Okay. That's a big thing.
What's the capacity there?
Capacity is 350 people.
Ooh.
We have hit capacity a few times, and we do limit, at the door as people are leaving. We ensure that they're going home, and then we allow more people in.
Nice.
Cool.
That capacity will grow once we open up the additional square footage.
Sure.
Yep. So right now you've got the one location going right now. Being that you're there and you're seeing that, big thing that we do as Chaldeans is we make comparisons from businesses to businesses
Sure.
as we enter them. Why and what? What is what separates Urban Air from some of the other competitors out here? What do you have that sets
Your
you apart?
differentiator.
Yep.
So I had a kid about 2 weeks ago. As he was walking out, I high-fived him and said, "Did you have a good time?" He goes, "This was the second best place I've ever been to." So I said to him, "What was the best place?" He goes, "Disney World." So I will take being second to Disney World any day.
Fair enough.
So what we have is we have so many different attractions that cater to so many different adventurous people. Whether you want to jump on a trampoline,
Yep.
whether you want to be in our bumper car arena, whether you want to go on our sky coaster or on our ropes course, or you just love our pizza because some of the people that work nearby come in and buy our pizza and ice tea and leave. So we have so many things for people to do, so we can cater to just about whoever you are.
Yes.
If you are an adventurous person and you want to jump off our Leap of Faith attraction, or climb our climbing walls, or you're just somebody who just enjoys jumping on trampolines, there's something for everyone.
A little bit of
Where's it located? What are the crossroads? Are there?
We're in Sterling Heights.
Okay.
We're on Hall Road, just off the Van Dyke Expressway.
Mm-hmm.
There's a strip mall that has a Bed Bath & Beyond and a Denham's.
Yep.
Okay.
We're in the strip mall. It's called Delco Plaza.
Yep.
Yeah. So you got some landmarks and people know where to go.
Yeah,
and how to
absolutely.
get there. There must be plenty of parking, obviously.
Oh,
if
parking
you're
is
gonna have
abundant.
to- Yeah, but
So
very nice.
the amount of staff that you have, are you reaching your capacity on what you're holding on staff, or are you looking for other people to hire in, just so maybe our interviewees have maybe their kids that want to start a job and be able to get in with you? Are you looking for anybody currently right now?
Currently, right now in Sterling Heights, no. We're on a hiring freeze because I want to ensure that my staff currently has the hours that they want.
Sure.
A lot of my staff that's with us today has been with us since we started.
That's amazing.
So I want to ensure that I continue to give them the ability to earn as much money as they'd like to and work as many hours as they'd like to before I bring in more staff and maybe take away from their hours.
Got you. Just curious, what's starting pay with you guys? Just and what positions are there? Like, are you guys holding 6 positions, 3 positions usually? Just so
Yeah.
we get an awareness of.
So our team member position is the most abundant of what we have. We have about 110 team members, and what a team member is somebody who works our attractions,
Gotcha.
or works our front desk, or is our greeter, or works in our cafe.
Sure.
All of our team members are generally 16 to 18 years old. They don't have to be, but
Yep.
that's what we're seeing as high school kids or
Mhm.
maybe just starting college. We start off at minimum wage.
Mhm.
It's a $9.65 an hour currently in Michigan. It just went
Mhm.
up recently. But we do have some salaried employees. We have a GM who is amazing. Her name is Crystal. She came over from another family entertainment center. We have a guy named John who runs our kitchen. He's awesome. He came over from Dickie's Barbecue. And he
I want to
has
meet
made
John. I want to try John's pizza.
John's
barbecue.
Well, when he said that, when you know what I'm saying, that people come in for that, don't even
it's
go
amazing.
there. I was ready to. I was gonna get to that. I was gonna say.
Right.
So tell us about this pizza. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you it's gourmet, but for what we are,
Yeah.
you know, it's a really good pizza. I was shocked by it. There's a really unique dough called Riches, and they've made a proprietary dough for urban airs to purchase.
Nice.
So it's a self-rising dough.
Yeah.
We put our own toppings on it. It's a good pizza. You know, it's not Jets.
Yeah, no.
Deep dish, but
it's okay. But you're seeing people starting to favor it over some other pizzas, and they're
Absolutely.
coming to you for a reason. So you guys cook everything in house.
Everything's
what
cooked
you
in-house.
got. So what is some of the offerings that you guys give in these packages? So if it's whether it's a company event or if it's going to be your birthdays, talk to us some about the offerings that you guys give to these parties.
So as far as the offerings, our entire menu is open.
Okay.
We kind of allow people to choose what they'd like from the menu. The thing we've seen the most is pizza, but we offer some really good chicken wings, some chicken tenders, burgers, fries. A lot of the Chaldean community who's visited us has asked for platters because they bring bigger families in. So we've kind of catered to that by creating some stuff
Sure.
that's not on our menu.
Yep.
But to make sure the guest has what they want, because they're bringing in 40, 50 people, you know, and you know, Khatu, whatever her name is, you know, can't not have, you know, whatever it
course.
is that you're having that day. So we want to make sure that you cater to everyone, whether it's Chaldeans, whether it's any ethnicity.
Yep. And it's no food allowed from the outside, right? Nothing
Correct.
can be brought in. So
The only
everything's-
thing we allow is the cake. You know, the motto for Urban Air is you bring the cake, we bring the fun.
Yeah.
That's a good motto. That's
an excellent motto.
That's a great motto. So you're pursuing the additional of your 20,000 square foot space in there. Is there also an ability to see another urban air coming from your corporate entity versus anybody else out there?
Yeah, so my business partner and I, who like I said was my best friend, we're really hoping to put 3 to 4 of these together. You know, that's
Okay.
really our hope because we enjoy the business model. I enjoy being in family entertainment, and you know the investment. You know, although it's high risk, seems to be paying itself off pretty well.
Nice.
So we're really hoping to get into a few more locations. We have one in Lansing currently in the works that we're really close on.
Good.
And then we'll see how it goes.
Was it difficult to get funding since you're talking about the investment being, because it's definitely not a cell phone store. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So was it difficult, and what did you do to overcome some of that funding need?
So funding wasn't difficult because we met the right person. There's an attorney named Randall Denha out of Birmingham. We sat down with him. We created our operating agreement, my friend and I. And as we were doing that, he kind of just gave us some input as to what we should do.
Yep.
And his input was spot on. He put us in touch with a really great broker, and we were able to get an SBA loan.
Yeah.
Now, the SBA loan was difficult because they want everything from a hair sample to a blood sample to financials. I mean, if you can think of it, they wanted it. But rightfully so. You know, there's a lot of risk involved as to what they're giving you.
You definitely went to the
We've
right
both
person.
known Randy forever.
Yeah.
He's
Great guy.
Best guy.
Yep.
Great guy.
Yep. Grew up with him. He's very
Best guy,
sharp.
sharp as could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Workaholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you called him at 4 o'clock in the morning, he'll take your call. You call him
Yep.
3 o'clock in the morning, he'll take your call. You call him anytime, he'll take your call. That's a workaholic right there.
He wrote an
and a
article.
great dad.
Yeah. Great.
And husband.
Yeah. He's a great man as
Yeah.
a
Great man.
whole.
Great human being.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
human
He's a
being.
great human being.
Yeah, he was
100%.
one of the first families we grew up with, and his mom and my mom were very close, so we
Okay.
had to grow up with them. But one thing I want to just on him, and then we'll get back to you, is he wrote an article that a lot of people didn't know that he wrote, and he went up against one of the strongest opponents in business. He wrote an article, if you look it up, it's Partners but Not Partners with the IRS.
Okay.
So he teaches it in the sense of, because with small businesses like us, we do get beat with that stuff. So
Sure.
you had the right person in your corner with that to give you that ability.
Sure.
So that, to let the viewers know, you jumped a good hurdle by having a strong coach in your corner on that one. So shout out to Randy on that.
Shout out to him. I mean, without him, we might not be sitting here right now.
Yeah.
So he was the starting point.
Yep, and your partner. Give him a shout out to your partner too.
Yeah, my partner, Omar Binno. When you watch this video, you're a big reason why we're sitting here. I mean, he brought the idea on.
Sure.
My best friend and my partner, he's really adventurous. We're in an adventure park, but the guy's adventurous. I mean, he'll take risks, and he likes to see something and kind of analyze it. All right, this is how we're going to do it.
Yep.
So shout out to him for that.
And what does he do besides this? Does he have another occupation, or he's strictly into this himself with you?
Yeah, he has a logistics company out of Madison Heights. It's called Warrior Freight.
Okay.
He also has a partner who's Chaldean Wilson Circus.
Okay.
So they have a pretty large operation there. They do great. He's been in logistics for quite some time.
Yep.
And I met him when he was in wireless. He was a wireless giant owner.
Okay.
And that's when I had originally met him.
Yep. Good old Isaac Hanna.
Isaac Hanna was his master dealer. So that was then. This is now. He still has his logistics firm. They do a great job out there in Madison Heights. And now we own Family Entertainment Center together.
Beautiful. You mentioned that you work with, like when you do stuff with the school and you give back to the school. Is there other things that you do for the community that you work with that we want our viewers to know that you do
Absolutely.
give back?
So when we got into this, the first thing we wanted to do was find a way to give back. The first 3-4 months have been hectic because new business and trying to kind of learn it. But we recently partnered with a place called The Shed, and the organization's called No Resolve. They do youth suicide prevention.
Oh, wow.
So it's a place on 23 Mile. A guy named David Barron is one of the people who is the organizers of it. We allow them to bring 10 people every month to our park, no cost. We give them food and some water and let them enjoy the facility. It's a great place to be. A lot of kids go there after school.
Sure.
Anyone who has had any kind of exposure to suicide, whether their own thoughts or someone in their family, goes there. It's at no cost to them or their parents.
Yep.
It's a really great organization, and we're really happy to have partnered with David.
God bless you, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. I mean, I'm just doing what I can, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's big. To touch on that lightly is I just seen an article recently, and I commend you on that because the article was written how the youth is facing it at a higher rate right now, the suicide.
Yeah.
Along with athletes that are in high school that are facing suicide at a higher
Sure.
rate. They're not sure why it's why it's happening and how to slow it down. But I think with unity like what you're giving and giving that an exposure, you're creating that ability to heal and help.
Absolutely.
And just curious, was there any personal reason, or do you just out of the kindness of your heart you chose with this because of this?
No personal reason. We met David, and he came out to our grand opening. He was part of the Chamber of Commerce that we're in.
Okay.
And we went out to his facility, and we kind of looked around and saw what he was doing.
Yep.
And I mean, this is all nonprofit.
Yep.
He's taking time out of his day. He has a family and he has kids, but he's doing this. So why can't we do a little bit of our own to help him?
Right.
For you.
So
So that was an important thing. And one thing we've been working on since we opened is we're trying to partner with a foster care program. One of the urban areas in Minnesota does a really good job of giving away one birthday party to a foster kid once a month. A lot of these kids have never had a birthday party in their life, right? Because they've gone from home to home or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So we want to do the same thing. Is we want to partner with the foster program that we're working with right now to do the same thing, and also to give entrance to our facility to these foster kids.
Awesome.
One thing we'd love to do, if we can, is to do the meet and greet. Once a month, I believe, like foster kids and potential parents will meet at a facility.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
if we can
amazing.
help break the ice there, and maybe they can play together, and that can be their way of connecting,
Yeah.
that would be an awesome idea for
Good
us.
for you, man.
Very
Good.
cool.
You got that humble side. You're able to give back to the community itself too. And you mentioned that you're part of the chamber where you're at. Anthony sits on the Chaldean chamber.
I'm part of that.
Yep, you're part of that too. Good. So I just joined it too myself.
Okay.
I'm just bringing it awareness that there's an importance of these chambers.
Absolutely.
You won on one side that's not even Chaldean affiliated. By joining another chamber, you were able to connect and do this program.
Absolutely.
And then you've got us on this side here that can assist or help out with that too. So I think that's a big part of it is
People want the Chamber of Commerce to work for them. Instead, you have to use the Chamber of Commerce in conjunction with your business.
Exactly.
Right? You have to work with them. You have to go to events and shake hands and meet people. And then help the Chamber of Commerce do different things. If you work hand in hand with the Chamber of Commerce, it can do wonders for your business.
Sure.
But some people want to join it, and then this whatever X dollars that I spent on my membership didn't do anything for me. No, it's because maybe you just didn't do anything for your business.
Right.
Sure. And can you let the viewers know, as you were going through your growth of Urban Air, some of the struggles maybe you faced and overcame them, just so that you can tell them like, even running into roadblocks.
Yeah, just so someone in a
Yep.
not a similar business, but in any business that
Yep.
that felt like
Sure.
there was a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So, from the beginning, the biggest struggle was finding the space.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to find 35 to 50,000 square feet with this high ceilings?
Yep.
And we found a space in Roseville that we absolutely loved. We started negotiating, got to the finish line to get our lease, and the landlord just didn't feel like family entertainment was the right space for them.
Sure.
So that was deflating, right?
Yeah,
because
big time.
you just spent all this money, you just lost X amount of dollars, and you're left with nothing. Now you've paid a franchise fee, you're sitting on this money that you've paid with nothing to show for it. So for 5-6 months, we're looking around, all right, what are we going to do? And, even though I hate that they closed down, Babies R Us and Toys R Us decided they were going to go out of business.
Yeah.
And we started looking at their locations, and, we found the Babies R Us location in Sterling Heights. So that was obstacle number one. And, it was stressful, right? Because you don't know, how am I going to open this business?
Yeah.
Right.
Then getting into it, you walk in and there's shelving everywhere and shopping carts and
Yep.
what do I do now? So learning where to start, partnering with the right contractor, interviewing the right people to ensure you're teaming yourself up with people who can do things better than you can. When you might have a vision, but there's someone out there who has an idea of how to make this vision come to light better than you can.
Sure.
So
Yep.
partnering with the right person. So we partnered with a company called Ashmark. Great people. I would recommend them to anybody.
And what do they do?
They're a general contractor.
Oh, general contractor, GCs. Okay.
Yeah, they're GCs. Martin Rennell is the guy that we dealt with. Great guy. Came in, brought his people in. Any issue that we had, whether it was plumbing, whether it was electrical, whether it was saw cutting into the ground, he had an answer for it. And it was never like to a point where, hey, I can't help you. It's all right. I'll be here on this day at this time, and he was always 15 minutes early.
Once you stepped in, just if you want to give us a real light touch on your marketing and some tips and stuff that you did for the brand.
Yeah. So Urban Air requires us to spend X dollars in marketing every month. So one thing we did is we partnered with a firm based out of Texas that handles a lot of urban airs
Sure.
to do all of our digital marketing.
Okay.
So they do our Facebook, they do our Instagram, they do different
That's
things
nice.
like that. But we also wanted the local marketing
Yep.
footprint. So we partnered with a company here called Intercom in Southfield. They own 97.1 The Ticket, 98.7 The Breeze, and a few other radio stations, 950 WWJ. So we partnered with them to do radio. And then they also have a streaming platform called radio.com. So our ads play on radio.com. We spent the money before we knew we were going to make the money, because you have to believe of what the product is, right?
Good concept. Yep.
The nice thing with Entercom is they have reporting, that shows you, all right, this listener was, listened to this radio ad at this time and visited your facility at this time.
Nice.
So you're able to see how your money's working for you, and that's really
great.
important in business.
Very, very. So we usually start wrapping up the interview with wanting you to. You did in the interview so far, but if there's anybody that you forgot to shout out, your peeps that you want to, show some love to, and also thank some of the people that stood behind you to make this happen. If you want to give any of those people some shouts out.
Absolutely. I'm going to start off with my wife and my business partner Omar and his wife. We worked 70, 80 hours a week when we first opened.
Nice.
It was, and that's each of us. So shout out to them. Shout out to my parents. Huge help with.
Who are your parents?
My father's name is Basid. My mother's name is Hanan. Brought us here to this country 25 years ago with nothing on our, besides the clothes on our back, and they sacrificed a lot for us to be here today. So a big shout out to them. They take care of my children when I'm working.
Beautiful.
So I can't thank them enough for that, aside from all the other things that they've done for us.
Yep.
I mentioned our general contractor, our broker, Randall Denha. There's a lot of people, and if you're watching this and I forgot you, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
You'll remember as soon as.
I remember as soon as we wrap up.
Yeah.
But I will say this: without the help of so many, we wouldn't be having this conversation today. And one thing that I can truly say I believe in is never burn bridges, right?
Yep.
Yep.
You just never know who's going to be someone that you need to help. So don't alienate people, be a good person. Have good credit, because when you go to the bank to get an SBA loan, even if you don't have a lot of capital, if you have good credit to show the bank that you're a good person on that end, they're going to believe in you and they're going to fund your project because of who you are. Your credit is your, reputation, with the bank, if you will.
Yep.
So, to all of you who helped us to get to where we are today, thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, and thank you guys, for having us on.
Pleasure.
Come to Urban Air,
Yep.
come check out our membership program. It's a great value for your family. Come check out our facility if you haven't been.
Yep.
Feel free to walk around and take a look at the ropes course and the Skyrider and everything else that we offer. Give us the chance to host your corporate event or your birthday party, and hopefully we'll see these guys out there with their families too.
So is there a local website, or is it one website for the entire company, or do you have a local website that you could share a URL?
Urban Air Sterling Heights.
Okay.
We'll go directly to our page.
Yep.
Now there is a urbanairpark.com.
Yep.
Then you go to location and choose our location.
Yep.
But Urban Air Sterling Heights will take you directly to that. No hyphens, just completely spelled out. Urban Air
Gotcha.
Sterling Heights.
Good.
Cool.
And usually in closing, when we wrap up our interview, Anthony usually has a question for our interviewees. So we're ready to ask that. And
It's what does it mean to you to be Chaldean?
Oh, that's a deep question.
Yeah. Well, you've had an answer for everything so far, so we expect that.
Wow.
We expect
I was gonna say he's been on point with everything here.
Not because I feel like being Chaldean is better than being any other ethnicity, but this is all I know. This is how I grew up. Being Chaldean means family.
Yep.
And we're in family entertainment, so it's kind of intertwined with who I am as a person.
Right.
Being Chaldean is giving back. Being Chaldean is being part of your community.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing that I love is, when I go to church, there's hundreds of people. We're all in one community together. People hear how many masses we have at one church amongst the however many we have.
Yeah.
And there's that many people attending that service that day. So being Chaldean is just being in your community, being a good person, being your family, staying humble to where you came from, knowing what your roots are. I was born in the Middle East. I was born in Iraq, and coming here to this country, I want to continue that culture with my kids.
Yes.
I love when my kids say a few Arabic words because then I feel like as a father,
Yep.
I've passed something on to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So family and community.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
I will say that's where I'll answer the question.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Great
nailed,
answer.
You nailed it right.
Did not
You nailed it.
disappoint.
No, this was
Thank
a
you.
very good interview. So we just want to let everybody know, just check out Wes over at the Urban Air Adventure Park in Sterling Heights. You're able to book events and being able to find him on Urban Air Sterling Heights, and you can do all your stuff on there as well too. And we look forward. We were able to send our camera crew, so we're a little envious of that, Anthony and I. So now we'll be able to visit you and actually get to see it firsthand and see what goes
Please
on.
do.
So we'll show that in the interview. So it was awesome having you. Thank you for appearing on our show.
Pleasure.
And before we sign off, when you watch his video, just make sure you go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then you can check us out on KUWT.
Like down below.
Yeah, right below. So, and you can check us out on KUWT. Chaldeans.com for any type of sponsorship opportunities, along with video episodes that we've had in the past as well.
Cool.
Signing off, I'm Junior Binno, Anthony Toma, and our home team, Wassem Ayar.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you guys, and hopefully we'll see you all at Urban Air.
Urban Air, baby.